Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to get into a variety of topics, but this first topic, Model Y, the new Tesla Model Y USA, United States production has begun. We've got video proof, photo proof, and there's a couple different things that you can pull from this. One might be that if you ordered this specific Model Y launch series, you're probably going to get it way sooner than other ones. So we're going to get into that plus a variety of topics. But before we do that, let's roll that intro real quick. All right, so thanks for watching another stream. Thanks for watching another video. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla deal hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal in Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested, and definitely check out my Patreon link down below in the description where you can support the channel and get access to the ultimate Tesla buying guide out there with all the best interest rates for financing a new or used Tesla. And if you've got a question, you want to send me a DM directly, I respond to all Patreon members down below in the description. And today's live stream is partnered with Mint Mobile, where you can save money on your mobile phone plan for as low as $15 a month, but more on that later. So breaking, we've got video, we've got proof of Model Y's launch series, not the non-launch, launch series all-wheel drive with the acceleration boost, with all the different goodies and everything. We've got USA production that Giga Texas. Shout out to Joe for posting this video. You can go to his channel and see the drone video yourself and all of the different content with that, but we can confirm that Model Ys are starting to be produced in the Giga Texas location. I thought there was someone that did this same drone type of videos for Fremont, but I can't remember who that exactly was. But we can see that Model Y production has begun. But before you get all excited, we don't know if these are customer vehicles. I mean, one could assume that they are. They could be showroom vehicles, but there's one thing for sure that you can piece from these pictures, these images, that might not jive with you depending on which Model Y you ordered. So shout out to Bearder Tesla for spotting this. If you take a look at all different Teslas, we've got what, 4 red ones, we've got what, 5 white ones, we've definitely got a good amount of stealth gray. I want to say there's 5 of them. Quicksilver, there's 4 of them, and so actually there's what, 6 red ones. Actually there's 7 red ones. So it seems like red seems to be the color to actually get, because they're pumping those out, at least from this small sample right here. Red seems to be the color that they're looking to get into people's hands first. The second thing, though, is if you've got white interior as your selection, and now we know why white interior sold out. It seems like Tesla is not producing too many white interiors at all. We can see only 4 of them on this photo right here out of the what we want to say, what, 16, 18 of the Tesla Model Y launch series in this picture. Only 4 of them are white interior, which is not a good thing because we've got a white interior Model Y launch series on order, and so certainly that would be a little bit of an unfortunate thing if you're looking to get into one. But actually, there's more pictures though. We can see a lot more Model Ys being spotted on the lot. I don't know if these left side are Model Ys, but these right ones certainly might be as well. And certainly there's more and more. So this is good. This is a good sign that Tesla seems to be ramping up production of these Model Ys very, very quickly. And it looks like what's also interesting with this as well, now that we've got a side shot like this, not a lot of people went with those 20-inch rims, which is kind of interesting because I feel like people that ordered a launch series, you might as well just load it out with like the white interior, the 20-inch rims. I mean, yes, of course, you might not like the 20-inch rims, but you're still getting that more valuation. So actually, this leads me to believe that I don't think that these are customer vehicles. I think that these are showroom vehicles being produced for the showrooms in the US across the country, because that's probably Tesla's number one goal right now. I mean, yes, they want to get people's hands on the Model Y in terms of deliveries and things like that, but they also want more orders. And the way to get more orders is to deliver them to showrooms so that people can get all excited about the vehicle and everything. I wish we got like a rear shot of these, because then we would be able to tell if these are 100% launch editions or not. You can't really tell from this video. And maybe I'll go watch Joe's video after this to see if he did a back shot to see if these are actually launch editions, because we don't know if these are launch editions. These could be dual motor all-wheel drives, because if it's a dual motor, it could be one of those vehicles that goes into the showroom or maybe even for testing and things like that. around all the different areas. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. Certainly estimated delivery dates are getting posted, changed around and a ton. And so we are right on the cusp. If you're looking to take delivery of your brand new Model Y launch series, we are literally right on the cusp of you actually getting it. So you've been shopping for a Tesla recently, but the monthly payment has probably got you rethinking your budget. Instead of sacrificing and cutting back on a brand new Tesla and getting your dream car, why not save on your monthly phone bill? And that's where our partner Mint Mobile comes into play here. We've also been thinking about getting a new Tesla, and constantly I like looking at our bills, monthly subscriptions, trying to see where we can cut back. Things like Netflix, YouTube Premium, and much more. And that's where I've been able to save on my monthly phone plan by going to Mint Mobile. Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month, and you can get high-speed data and unlimited talk and text on the nation's largest 5G network. You can bring your own phone along with your current number and existing contacts. It's really easy to switch service thanks to digital eSIM cards, which most of you now have. You can sign up and activate immediately right on your phone from the comfort of your home. If your phone doesn't have an eSIM, Mint will ship you a new SIM card for free, and it only takes 15 minutes. As you guys know, we've been traveling a lot pretty recently, so using Mint Mobile's mobile hotspot with our laptop has been pretty crucial and a game changer. So if you want to save money without the sacrifice, go to trymintmobile.com/DennisCW, also linked in the description, to get premium wireless starting at $15 a month when you purchase a 3-month plan. Thank you to Mint Mobile for partnering with us, and let's get on to the next topic. Thanks for that, everyone. Let's see who's dropped by. Mad Hurvata, thanks for dropping by. Let's see. Blueberry, thanks for coming in. River, thanks for coming in as well. Alex, thanks for coming in as well. On top of that, here's a crazy deal that we're seeing on a older Model Y, the old and busted legacy brand new Model Y, $6,780 off. And in fact, we've actually found 4 or 5 of these in this $6,000 to $7,000 range. You can find them yourself on our deal spreadsheet down below in the description, where we're tracking all the best deals that we can find. And the beauty with these is that this is before the Tesla referral code discount, like that discount link down below in the description, that referral code, where you can save up to $2,500 off of a Tesla if you click it open before placing a order. But certainly, deals like this are only going to get better and better and better. In other Model Y Juniper refresh news, here's an article that just popped up on my feed. I think someone tagged me or whatever it is, but Tesla plans a 6-seater Model Y production in China for 2025. Of course, we'll take this with a grain of salt. I don't know how accurate this actually is, but certainly very interesting to see a 6-seater version, because that would mean there would be captain's chairs in the middle, which I don't mind that. I mean, certainly I would love captain's chairs. I wanted that on our Model X, but 7-seater is just a better deal at the end of the day. And this next topic, let's talk about delivery dates, estimated delivery dates for your Tesla Model Y. You might have ordered a Model Y right now, and you might have gotten a bunch of different estimated delivery dates, and you might have noticed that it fluctuates a ton. So let's explain this a little bit to you and why it actually fluctuates, and give you the logistics on how it actually works. But the one thing is for sure, we are starting to see more estimated delivery dates getting fluctuated like crazy, and it does appear Tesla is looking to over-deliver and under-promise on what they actually said. Of course, initially, when you go to the Model Y website, it actually says that deliveries would start in March. But a lot of people are starting to post their delivery dates of like February 24th, like this one. This next one is actually the first and earliest delivery date that we've seen, February 15th, which is actually in like 3 days, which is pretty crazy. We've also seen like February 22nd to March 22nd, and we're also seeing a ton of people with March delivery dates as well. But here's like the quick TLDR on how this actually works and why you might have a delivery date and that actually might change in the near future. What happens is Tesla likes to produce these vehicles, or not likes, they produce these vehicles in Texas and Fremont. And when it's in the mid-quarter, like the second month, like February right now, they try and ship these vehicles as far as they can across the country. And so that's why we're starting to see a lot of East Coasters with early delivery dates from like February 15th, February 20th, all the way to March 22nd. So Tesla tries to ship those vehicles all over, tries to push them as far as they can, because they want to make those deadlines to push those deliveries before the end of the quarter. But what happens is by March, usually about that March 1st to the second week of March timeframe, of the third third month of the first quarter, Tesla could potentially give up and they'll switch all these vehicles that were going to be shipped across the country, and they'll just try and ship them to or get them to people in people's hands that have deliveries that are near some of these factories like Texas, California, Arizona, closer states than all the way across the country. And so that's an explainer on what could be happening if you do not have a early delivery date right now, and why it could change in these next couple weeks on the fly. And so yes, you could be refreshing your screen, as a lot of people are in the Tesla app. And so I would recommend starting to do that. And the first thing you have to do within the app, if you haven't already done that with your pending Model Y order, is to make sure your driver's license is updated and a delivery address is put in as well. That's like the first thing and the only thing that you have to do. You don't have to do a credit application. You don't have to do anything else until you actually get a VIN tied to your account. Then you can go ahead and do the financing application and everything like that. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let us know what your thoughts on it. I'm curious on what your estimated delivery date or your EDD ranges are, and also what state you are, and we'll see if that actually fluctuates in the near future as we get to the true March on when these deliveries are going to be happening. Unless really the other thing could happen is with production with these Tesla Model Y launch series, it really starts to ramp up, and then everybody will start to get deliveries at a pretty rapid pace. Of course, it will start slowly in the beginning, and then it'll ramp up to really fast as Tesla pumps out these vehicles like crazy. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let us know what your thoughts are. Let's jump into the live stream comments. Premium black suede is limited only to launch series. The lower trims won't have it. Oh, that's a good point. Like the suede that's on like the sides, that's a pretty, it makes sense. They would remove that. Blueberry, thanks for coming. River, hoping non-launch edition is available for delivery in the next 3 months. I think so. Definitely by the end of the second quarter, they're going to kill the launch series and go to regular non-launch. I think that's what it's going to be. Sir, as long as Musk is involved in Tesla, I'm nervous to own one of its cars. It depends on where you live. In California, Teslas are everywhere. And so really there's nothing, not nothing bad can happen, but there's a lot. Tesla cards, the discounts on new, not demo, are slowly creeping up here in New York. Yes, Tesla card, great observation. We are starting to see that yesterday as well. Discounts are slowly starting to trickle in, and that's what's going to be happening because we're still early in the March month of February, and it's only going to get better as we get to the end of February, and definitely as these Model Y launch series, these new Model Y Junipers actually start to get on the road, Tesla is going to have to make a decision. Do we start discounting these Model Ys, these old and busted new Model Ys like crazy? Maybe add some nice incentives. And so someone asked me earlier today, one of the Patreon members, which you can join down below in the description. They asked me, should they buy right now? And I would say, if you can wait, you might as well wait until the 1st of March so that we can see what they really are going to be doing with these end of quarter incentives. Mommy, after seeing those Gigafactory images of the red Model Ys, I think Quicksilver just might be the best color in my opinion. Yeah, it certainly is interesting, right? Because if you look at this batch, of course, this is a super small sample, but there's definitely more ultra reds in this batch than any other color. There's only 4 Quicksilvers, and there's only like 4 white interiors. And so very interesting to see that I guess Tesla's trying to go initially with their most expensive color, but technically Quicksilver is also their most expensive color. Very interesting to see. The white interior model sold out. Cool facts for you. Yeah, 100%. And so it's almost like maybe they should just pump out all these white interiors first, but I guess black interior is what they're looking for. Crypto, thanks for coming in. Great to see you. I haven't seen you in a bit. How are you doing? When are YouTubers going to get the test car? You know what, Nightwing? That's a good question because I certainly thought by this point we would already see some of the YouTubers actually doing other videos, but the only one in the US like actually doing a test drive is Jay Leno. Maybe there's others. There's like a second embargo or anything or something, but certainly I want to hear more people. I want to hear more people's reviews on the comfort of it. If it actually is more comfort, because some of the stats initially are saying that it's 50% more comfortable, which is that's a big number at the end of the day. Johnny, thanks for coming in and thank you for the super chat. Interested in getting a Cybertruck, but pricing is more than I want to spend. Do you see it coming down? Why or why not? Your videos help me get my why. Now, thank you for that. Congrats, Johnny, for purchasing a Model Y. Actually, Johnny, we're going to be talking about the Cybertruck in 2 topics from now, so you might as well stick around because there's some new news on that. In this next topic, Model Y performance. We've been talking about this for a little bit, but let's talk about the spec list of the Model Y performance. And there was another super covered up Model Y Juniper that potentially could be the Model Y performance. And so now instead of when Juniper, it's when Juniper non-launch, and it's when Juniper Model Y performance. Shout out to Tesla Flex Brandon. The Model Y performance will probably have sport bucket seats. Yeah, 100%, just like how the Model 3 performance does, and probably really nice ones. Carbon fiber dash piece. Yep, 100%. That's an easy one, but especially from older Model Y performances. Slightly more aggressive looking front and rear bumpers. Yes, and hopefully they go in the same direction as they've done with the Model 3 performance and actually add like a different lip on the front and the rear, and maybe even make it look a little bit more aggressive. Slightly improved 0 to 60 time. I would expect, now that the Model 3 performance has a 0 to 60 in 2.9, I would bet the Model Y performance will also have a 0 to 60 in maybe 2.9 or 3.1, or maybe even close. Similar adaptive damping to the 3 performance. Yes, I would imagine that as well. They would just carry that over and plug and play. But I gotta say, like, I've driven all 3 Model 3s, and we actually made a video about that where we drove every single trim back to back on a test drive, like rear wheel drive versus long range, and actually the performance. Now, of course, the performance is great. It's fast, it's sporty, it's got the adaptive suspension, but the Model 3 long range is actually pretty comfortable. So if you're looking for just a daily driver, comfortable type of ride, I would probably say you might as well just get the long range. And that's why I feel like, usually we try and get the performance. It's always an overkill, and I'm never in that sport mode. I'm always in the chill mode because I want to save tires, because, we want to save our money. And so that's why I feel like the Model Y launch series actually is a good deal, especially for us in our situation, because I'm not going to be going 0 to 62.9 all the freaking time. But adaptive suspension, it's nice, but it's still not going to be as comfortable as just a straight long range with just soft suspension. Similar range to the previous Model Y, and of course, better handling. Worth it? Yeah, 100% worth it. But of course, it depends on the price of it at the end of the day. But let's get into the pictures. This was spotted today also by Joe, I want to say. And it is another Model Y Juniper that's been covered again. For whatever reason, it's been covered. And so one could assume that this is a prototype testing type of vehicle. And one could also assume potentially that this could be a Model Y performance when it actually, as they're testing right now, because we're starting to see a bunch of vehicles that are still being covered in China and the US. And so this could be potentially a Model Y performance, and that would be pretty exciting. I still think a Model Y performance still could be coming out Q3 of 2025, but when do you think it's actually going to be coming out? Jay Leno review was good. Cool facts? Yes, it definitely was. Bradley, how long can I wait to set up financing once my vehicle is delivered? Once you get the VIN, I would start the process. I would say that's usually the last moment to definitely start the process. I would even maybe start the process like a few days before the first day of your estimated delivery date range, but it also depends on where you're at as well. AJ, when will APR rates drop for the Y, and what number do you think it will be? I want to say there's going to be some sort of, best case, there's a promotional rate for the Model Y, the old one, and hopefully it's 0%, but I could easily see Tesla doing something like 1.99, 0.99, something to that effect, because it's still a good rate and people will still chomp at the bit, especially if you can combine like a $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 discount, and especially if you can also add on a Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description. I would love to see, using a Tesla referral code, $2,500 off a Model Y, 1.99 or 0.99%, because it's almost the same thing. I mean, yes, it's not as good as 0%, but it's still good if you, especially if you stack on a $2,500 Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description, and an inventory discount. Like if they keep inventory discounts like this one, $6,780 off, I would be on board for sure. And if you're looking for more inventory discounts, definitely check out our deal spreadsheet down below in the description, because that's where you're going to find all the best deals. So congrats on buying your Tesla, or you're about to just buy your Tesla. But now here's the second most exciting part. That's accessories. And there's a ton of accessories out there, probably even way too much. And I try and bucket it into the top 3 accessories that you can get. And that's going to be phone mounts, all-weather floor mounts, and center consoles. A good set of all-weather floor mounts is probably my #1 recommendation. And I've got a bunch of links and discount codes to all the accessories that I recommend down below in the description and on our best deal spreadsheet on page 2. Check out this one from Jawa that we use on all of our Teslas, linked down below, or their center console, which I also use on all of our Teslas as well. A must-have because Tesla doesn't come with a center console. But my #1 accessory I recommend is going to be all-weather floor mats, and I bucket it from 3 different options: good, better, and best. The good ones are going to be the ones that you find on Amazon. Better is going to be the ones from like Tasmanian. But my favorite, all-time favorite that we have on our Model X and Model 3 Performance currently is going to be a set of all-weather floor mats by 3W Liners. If you use our promo code down below in the description, you'll find that the price of these floor mats are pretty in line with some of the other ones at a much higher quality material. So thank you to everybody that's used our links to support the channel, and let's get on to the next topic. Oh shit, sorry about that. No. Well, I guess I'll go back to all that. But thanks for all that. I guess we'll go back into that topic again. Let me answer some questions. White interiors is coming with the suede dash. It is? I thought it's coming with like the Alcantara, but thanks for that. What do you think is the best Tesla? I guess right now Cybertruck is definitely going to be the best Tesla. I wonder if you could play Cyberpunk in the new Model Y since it's the same processor as the Model S Plaid, just not the same EPU. Actually, I don't think so. I think only the Model S and the Model X have that. And thanks for everybody that I should have looked at the chat and everything with that. Where's the auto? Yeah, I muted myself because when I run the pre-roll, I forgot to unmute myself. Johnny 5, yeah, Nightbot messed me up with that. And this next topic, $6,000 off of a Tesla Cybertruck. Right now, there are inventory discounts. Breaking news from Tesla. And not only is it in the Canada market, which you can get a discount, but of course, the Cybertruck is way more in that market. It is happening in the US. Shout out to Sawyer for posting this. Tesla is now offering new Cybertruck inventory discounts in the US up to $6,000 off, a 180% increase versus the previous highest discount amount. But before you get all excited on this, there's certainly a couple things you need to be aware about because the 2025 model year Cybertrucks are the only ones that qualify for the $7,500 federal tax credit. 2024 models where a lot of these discounts are happening does not qualify for the $7,500 federal tax credit if you're doing cash or finance. But here's the biggest loophole. What you have to do is you have to go to the Tesla inventory site. How you actually get there is this button right here. You click inventory. The quick tip on this is once you put in your zip code, switch it to all deliverables. So that sees all the different vehicles that you can actually buy out there. But before you do any of this, definitely, of course, don't forget to use a Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description, so you can get an extra $1,000 off of your Tesla Cybertruck. Click the referral code open first, then go to tesla.com, take a look at inventory. And what you'll have to do if you're looking at the 7,500 and stack it on top of the inventory and everything on a 2024 with a nice $4,000 to $6,000 discount, you'll have to do a lease buyout. So go ahead and click lease right here so you can see which vehicles qualify for the 7,500 federal tax or on a lease. And you don't have to worry about income limits or anything like that, but you will have to have your financing, your outside financing or cash set up because you will have to buy out the lease after you lease the vehicle. There's only 3 banks that work with the lease through this loophole. It's Chase through Tesla, Tesla Trust Lease through Tesla, and Santander through Tesla as well. And so like this one right here, you get a $4,000 price inventory discount on it. You stack it with the $7,500 through a lease. You don't get the full $7,500 because leasing fees and bank fees eat up about $1,000 worth of it, but you still get $6,500 of that $7,500. And that is the loophole so that you can try and stack on some of these inventory discounts with that. Now, this does not work on the Foundation series, and the Foundation series does get that complimentary wrap on it as well. And so there's a little bit of a if you want to go to two different routes with this, but certainly inventory discounts are here, and maybe this is just the beginning of this. And so if you're not in a rush, you might as well just wait out and see maybe at the beginning of March to see if there's any other better deals that sweeten the pie, because inventory discounts come and go. And if this is just the beginning, I can easily see, because you got to think about this. Some of these Model S's, Model X's right now have $9,500 inventory discounts. And so that's like Tesla's threshold right now with the Model S and Model X variant. And I could easily see them copying and pasting that on the Cybertruck as well. But certainly Tesla's got to figure out some solution, because we're starting to see more pictures, videos like this, where Cybertruck inventory is overstocked. I mean, this is a post from Matt Lynn, San Antonio. There's probably 20. I mean, that's way more than 20. I want to say that's like 50 Cybertrucks just sitting on whatever lot this is. Now, of course, this could be a service lot, but more than likely, this is a inventory lot with a bunch of Cybertrucks just sitting around. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. We're going to jump into the live stream comments. Thanks for that, everyone. Thank you all for helping me out with the audio. Do gifts pop up for him? Can you send a message that way? Yes, you definitely can, but thank you for that. That's so sweet. That would be so sweet. Yeah, 100%. Can you repeat Cybertruck section? I just did it. Thank you, Steven, for that. Timothy, when do you think 0% APR will come back for the Model 3 and Model Y? I think old and busted legacy Model Y gets some sort of financing incentive offer. I don't think they're going to go all the way down to 0%, but I've been wrong a lot of times. If anything, I think 1.99 to 2.99, and I think that's going to be happening in March. Just ordered Cybertruck today. 101, congrats. They had the 10 2024s on lot, but no EV credits. Yeah, you have to do a lease. Must have Cybertruck accessories. Hey, 101, you should do a lease buyout, just as we talked about. And if you need a more explainer, definitely check out videos on the channel. Just type in like 7,500 Cybertruck. There's probably you'll be able to find it. Must have Cybertruck accessories. There's plenty of videos on our channel where we've demoed a bunch of them. I mean, there's a lot of must have interior ones, and maybe even that rear divider video that we released yesterday. I would say that's a must have as well. Johnny, can you stack military with promo existing owners? Yes, we have definitely seen that. So of course, existing owners don't get the referral credit, they get a loyalty credit. But if you need a referral code, definitely check it out, or referral code link, definitely check it out down below in the description. But yes, referral code, we have seen it stack on top of inventory discounts, and we've seen it and stack on top of loyalty and referral code discounts as well. And so definitely you have to go through the steps as outlined here. You have to verify with ID Me. And the key thing here is that the email address with the military ID Me verification has to match your account email address, and then you should be able to proceed with that. Timothy, when do you think 0% APR financing? Oh, we already asked that. Brent, ready for Thursday night specials on old and busted? I mean, yeah, certainly Model Y inventory is getting pretty interesting. $6,000 to $7,000 off if you're looking, and if you are looking for some deals, definitely check it out down below in the description. When do you think the new Model Y Performance will be available for order? Q3. Chris, is it a good time to buy, lease old Model Y? Lease, depending on which models. If you go to our deal spreadsheet, as we track all the different deals, the best discounts, $6,000 to $7,000 off. On tab 3, we keep track of the Tesla lease rates, and not every Model Y has a good lease interest rate. Only the Model Y long range rear wheel drive has a 2.38%, because leasing is just another way of financing. And so there still is a interest rate when you do a lease, and only the long range rear wheel drive has a 2.38%. So that would really be the only one I could recommend. I mean, yes, you could get the all-wheel drive, and yes, it's still lower than 5.99, and I understand people might need that all-wheel drive, but you're basically paying the same as financing, so it could be made as an argument. You might as well just finance it at that point then with more cash down, or whichever it is. In this next topic, killer deal, $599 a month on a Rivian. Rivian has brought back their deals again, and now you can get a R1S or R1T. And the big thing with this is that now you can get a 2025 R1S or R1T lease deal on one of these vehicles. Because when we last saw this, it was only on 2024s, which of course the 2025 is a refresh on both models. Definitely shout out to Rivian Roamer if you're looking to look at their inventory and find the deals. Rivian Roamer has got one of the best sites. And of course, if you're looking to buy a Rivian, definitely check out our Rivian referral code down below in the description. But right off the bat, 2025 R1T standard, $599 a month. 2025 R1S standard, the SUV, at $599 a month. And the biggest thing with this, one thing I noticed with this is pretty interesting, because yes, we do like our Tesla deals and everything, but we also like what Rivian, I kind of like their vibe, and I've always wanted one as well. But everything I hear about the technology, it's just not as good as Tesla. So I'm just going to keep waiting and waiting on waiting. But the one thing that was very interesting with this is if you take a look at the offer, yes, it's $599. Yes, it does have a lot of cash due at signing. But if you switch it to 24 months, the payment stays the same. So if you're not looking for a lot of commitment, if you don't like commitment, if you don't like staying in a long-term relationship, 24 months seems like a great amount of time to get into an R1S, and maybe a good amount of time to get into this before the R2 comes out, or maybe even the R3 in the next year or so. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. Have you test driven a Rivian, and how do you like it compared to like the Tesla vehicles that are out there? When do you think the Juniper Model Y will be delivered? I mean, Avi, we talked about that earlier, and there's people getting delivery dates this month already. But I realistically think end of February, because I've not seen anybody get an actual VIN yet. But maybe correct me if I'm wrong. The disc. What is the opinion of a branded title manufacturer buyback? Not salvage, just California lemon law. The one thing that's interesting with that is that every time we go to Tesla service, they give us a loaner, and every time that loaner is a manufacturer buyback, and they're always not in the best condition, and maybe because they're loaners as well. I'm not sure I would buy a buyback because I don't know if you get the warranty and things like that. I think I would just spend the extra money and get like the full version. Is summer a good time to buy a Model 3? It definitely is, as long as it's the last month of whatever quarter you're in. Supreme, is it better to get a new Model Y or old Model Y if you've never had a Tesla before? Supreme, I guess it depends on your budget. How much do you want to pay monthly? How much do you want to pay cash or in full? And if you can afford and not stretch and get a new one, or maybe if you can wait until quarter 3, or if you can wait all the way till December, because December is always the best time to get into a Tesla vehicle because the deals are there. But if you're just joining in, welcome everyone. Tesla Model Y, the Juniper production has begun in the US. We've got a video, we've got screenshots, we've got pictures. There is a line, there's rows of Model Ys, the new one, that are being produced out of the Giga Texas. We don't have any drone footage or photos from the Fremont factory. I thought there was someone that did that, but I guess we don't have anything from there for sure. R&D, does Tesla have a military discount? Yes, they do. You have to verify with ID Me, and of course it does stack with a Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description. But here's the page. It's tesla.com/military recognition, and you can stack it on top of that. When should I buy a new Model 3? Rich, great question. Next month, or June, or September, or December. Who will feature full self-driving after Tesla? Bill, great question. I mean, I feel like there was talks of licensing or whatever it is, but I haven't heard anything after that. And so not really sure what's going on with that. In this next topic, $1,000 tax, a brand new tax on an electric vehicle. Interesting post, and just want to make sure you guys are aware of this. A group of U.S. Republican senators today proposed a one-time $1,000 tax on new electric vehicle purchases to account for the cost of federal road repairs. And so I guess this was posted from Reuters or whatever it is. The U.S. Senate Republicans on Wednesday proposed a pair of bills to kill the country's $7,500 EV tax credit and impose a new $1,000 tax on EVs to pay for road repairs. And so if you're confused where this is coming from, there is a portion of the gas tax that pays for public roads. And because electric vehicles don't fill up at gas stations, then I guess the federal government or state governments don't get a little bit of that. And on top of that, there's arguments that because electric vehicles are heavier, they're also routing roads or wearing down roads at a faster pace. And so that's where it's actually coming from. But certainly if you are buying an electric vehicle, definitely check with, because there's other fees that are more expensive. Like, yes, you'll save on gas. Yes, you'll save on maintenance. Insurance will definitely be higher from what we've seen across the board. And also fees will be higher. Like in California, registration is a yearly thing, and it's usually a couple $100 more for having an electric vehicle. So if you live in a state, you should definitely check to see what type of DMV fees that you could be paying for an electric vehicle, so you're not surprised when that bill comes in a year or 2 or 3 or whenever it is that is out there. But let us know what you thought. Well, let us know what you think on it. Let us know what your thoughts about this $1,000 new tax on an electric vehicle from the federal side of things. Rich, are you going to buy a new Model Y Juniper or wait for the Model Y Performance later this year? Actually, we've already placed an order for a launch series. We're fingers crossed on when delivery actually comes out. EVs pay higher registration fees for every year to make up for it. Yeah, 100%. That's it's kind of the name of the game, I guess, at the end of the day. But thanks for jumping in, everybody. Thanks for supporting. Thanks for hitting the like button in the comments and everything. And I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.